What's going on YouTube? Josh here checking in, and you're about to see some training footage from an upper body session. And you'll notice on my bench that I am wearing my Olympic weightlifting shoes. The reason for this is because I intend to compete in the USAPL in May, and in that federation there's a requirement that your heels are planted on the ground. So previously I was benching with just basically the balls of my feet, my toes touching the ground, with a much bigger tuck of my legs underneath my body. That allowed me to arch much more and really get nice and tight in the bench. So I'm slowly transitioning over to this style of more flat-footed benching, and it definitely has impeded my arch. So I'll see where this is taking me, and hopefully it doesn't really affect my bench press all too much. In this training session, you'll notice that some of the pauses are a little bit exaggerated, and that's really just because I want to make sure that I'm not cheating myself, because I don't have somebody there to basically give me press commands. So sometimes I noticed when I was rewatching the video, some of the pauses were a little bit short, and then some of the pauses were exceptionally long. So hopefully in the end it kind of evens itself out. Following that up, I did some close grip bench pressing, and this is 150 pounds for I think 3 or 4 sets of 8. So yes, I know that is really embarrassing, that weight, but I do practice what I preach, and I definitely am not one to let my ego get in the way at the gym. I know that is an embarrassing weight, but it's something that I'm working on, and you know, we all have weak points, so that's something that I will be focusing on in the next training cycle and basically the whole next year to come. So I follow that up with some overhead pressing, and basically the way that I have my training currently organized is on one of my upper body sessions I do overhead press towards the end of the workout, and then on the other upper body session I start off the day with overhead press. And basically the rationale for that is, in this training session you'll see that I'm pretty fatigued. This is followed up after a relatively high volume of flat bench, close grip bench. So my chest, my anterior deltoids, especially my triceps are very fatigued. And you'll notice that in the breakdown of some of my form on the upcoming set. On the other day that I basically start off overhead press, it gives me a more realistic point to look at as far as where my overhead press is at. And you'll notice on this last few reps, my back, my lower back is kind of rounding a little bit. I'm kind of leaning back, and that right there is basically the most I would ever accept myself to allow as far as form breakdown in the overhead press, and that's really just a sign of fatigue. So follow up with some pull-ups, and you'll notice that I go all the way down. My arms are completely locked out. Basically I'm just trying to get maximal contraction. I do as many reps as I can for around 3 sets or so. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys next time.